Now, we will start with one of my former elves who was kicked out of the North Pole for perjury. Welcome to the show.
First of all, Santa, I wasn't kicked out. I went to Columbia Journalism School for Elves Journalism. It was my dream. But anyway, nice to see you. Here's my first question. Why do you only hire small people?
A very nice question, Elf Helper, who was kicked out. The question was, why do I only hire small people? And the answer is simple. They are easier to smuggle to the North Pole. You see, there are humanitarian groups that don't allow people to bring helpers into such cold environments. So Santa needs to illegally smuggle them in trunks and then bring them there against their will. If they were big, it would be much more difficult. Now let's go to Patrick 120.
Hey, Santa. I was just wondering, do you go to church on Christmas?
The question is, does Santa go to church on Christmas? And the answer is simply no. It's been a very long time since Santa went to church. You see, I have become less of a religious figure and more of a commercial entity. I don't attend any kind of religious ceremonies, unless you count the Coca-Cola convention in Tucson, Arizona to be religious, which it is for some of us, because every now and then they release a new variation of Coca-Cola, which makes Santa lots of money. Okay, back to the elf.
Santa, before I get to my next question, we actually have a question from Jordan who asks, do you skip security lines when you fly?
The question is, does Santa skip security lines when he flies? And the answer is simply yes. Whether or not they let Santa, he's always able to get to the front of the line by bribing people with presents. Bribery is something that got Santa very far in life. That, and always having a vicious reindeer at hand. People are scared of reindeers to begin with, but one with the rabies will get you into any nightclub. That's a little hint. Okay, now we go to Aaron Siegel.
Recently I read an article that, PETA accused you of abusing your reindeer and not feeding them properly until around the holiday season. Is that true?
Does Santa abuse his reindeer? Of course. I don't even feed them during the holiday season. You see, to make a strong reindeer, what Santa does is goes out into the forest and captures them in reindeer traps, then fights them in an ultimate fighting type of way to the death. Then the strongest reindeer are bred with each other to make for reindeer that could carry, let's say, someone who's a little fat through the sky. Of course we need to make them strong. You see, Michael Vick used to work for Santa, and that's how he learned everything he knew. But he was told very clearly, do not apply this to dogs, and he disobeyed Santa. Reindeer are savages, and no one cares about them. In fact, the very people who complained about Michael Vick torturing dogs went out that very afternoon and shot a reindeer. Reindeer are lower-class animals that need to be tortured to know who's boss. Yes. Okay, we go to the elf.
Santa, since I believe you're the moderator, we have Jordan, not Jordan, waiting to chat. So you're going to have to boot one of us, not me. I know you already gave me the boot from your workshop. You don't want to do that again.
To have him here, very nice to be joined now by Jordan. Now we're going to hear a question from Jordan for Santa.
Yeah, what do you have to say to the people that would think that you're taking time out of your busy season to answer questions from two people?
Well, you know, a lot of the labor has been outsourced from Santa two little Asian people, which is not to say anything bad about them, but they're very hard workers. And so now Santa has a little more free time in his old age. You see, it used to be that Santa had no time to talk to anyone because he was too busy till he discovered the power of outsourcing. Now there's a man whose name is simply Kumar Petrano, and he's a very nice Italian Indian man, and he does all of Santa's work. Back to you, Jordan.
All right. Well, so basically, you're saying that you're obsolete. You've outsourced it so that you just have to sit on the computer and talk to people. You don't have to go.
Absolutely not. You see, what happened is Santa just watched the big companies to see what they did, then applied it to himself. And now he's able to take more time for eggnog and cookies and the important things in life. We'll be back to you in a moment, Jordan. Let's see what Aaron has to say.
You say you enjoy your eggnog during the holidays, which everybody does, but do you ever fly under the influence of eggnog?
Question that Aaron poses is, does Santa ever fly under the influence of eggnog? And the answer to that is simply yes, I do. I do. Not proud of it.
What kind of cookies do you prefer people leave out for you?
The question Jordan asks is, what kind of a cookie should you leave out for Santa? And it is a good question, because Santa's very particular with his cookies. Santa enjoys cookies that are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, but also butter. I really enjoy Walker's shortbread, for instance. I enjoy a nice, Krispy Kreme donut. It doesn't have to be a cookie. Santa just likes things that keep his girlish figure. Now we go to the evil elf.
Not evil, Santa. Dina asks, does Santa wear boxers or briefs?
Oh, this is a good question for Santa, but the answer is simple. Santa doesn't wear anything. Santa prefers to do what's called commando style, in which he gets a nice breeze under this beautiful red coat. Yes, it's very nice up there in the air late at night to get, just a little air down there. So Santa does not believe in underwear and also thinks it's a very crappy gift.
Jordan, that is a lovely tree. I'm glad you're celebrating the holiday. I just want to say that. We really appreciate it. Santa, where do you get your reindeer from?
Well, Santa kind of explained that already. He said, we get them from the forest and we fight them to the death, and the strongest ones are bred. Survival of the fittest. It's definitely something we like to do to make sure that we weed out the weak reindeer. And don't worry, the ones that die are not gone to waste. We follow the Native American way of not wasting anything, and we turn them into lovely venison sausages. And now I see Jordan has commented by saying that it is not, in fact, a holiday tree, it is a Hanukkah bush. Interesting. And Dina has asked me if there's a price limit on gifts that we can ask for. A very good question, Dina, indeed. And the answer is yes, there is. And the price limit is $100 American. Anything more than that would make you a spoiled American and make Santa's heart turn to cold when he thinks about you. We go back to Jordan now.
Yeah, so how do you feel about Tim Tebow? I know Tim Tebow always thanks God, but doesn't that seem to? He never thanks Santa. Huh? That's
it's a bit sore for Santa. A lot of people never thank Santa, which upsets Santa greatly. But what Santa does in revenge is he beats the elves up to get his aggression out. Isn't that right, evil elf?
Santa, has the Occupy movement hit the North Pole yet?
You see, the elves have been trying to unionize for years, as you know, and they've been trying to get some money out of Santa and rights. But Santa knows as well as anyone that no one cares about you when you're in the North Pole. So it's not in Santa's best business interest to help the elves out. Now we go to Aaron once again. Aaron?
Who does Santa Claus endorse in the 2012 Republican primary? Who does Santa endorse for the 2012 Republican nomination?
Santa doesn't endorse anyone. Santa simply doesn't vote because he believes the system is broken. You see, Santa has believed for a very long time that countries like the United States have been bought and sold by big corporations, and therefore it's the political interests of the ones who have money and the banks that really run the country, so Santa believes it's really inconsequential who he backs as president, for the president is nothing more than a figurehead to give the people the illusion that someone has power and looking out for them when it's simply not the case. Okay, back to the elf.
Okay, Santa. Has global warming affected your habitat in the North Pole?
Has global warming affected the habitat in the North Pole? It has. Every now and then penguins wash up on my doorstep because their ice has melted. Global warming is a real threat to Santa and to all of us. Ho, ho, ho! We're all screwed. Now, I have a comment here from James who says, "Hey Santa, how come you don't employ any African-American elves to work at your shop? We need jobs here." And the answer is, simply, they never have applied. They don't apply. If they would apply for the job, Santa would be more than happy to accommodate the African-American elves, but I have yet to see one application. Okay, we go to Jordan yet. Now, who will ask another question?
Well, I got to go in a minute, but how do you feel about the NBA season starting on Christmas Day?
Santa has a lot of money on this year's season, and of course it is upsetting to Santa to miss a game, but what really matters to Santa is that he gets his money if the teams that he puts on win. So really it's not, a big deal. But I do also have an app now in my iSleigh that allows me to watch the games from work.